These aren't just the most expensive makeup products that I own, they are top shelf luxury beauty icons. The ones that have earned their place and replenishment in my collection. And right now, they're actually on sale. Luxury beauty like this rarely goes on sale, but this Black Friday, it is. I'm gonna show you which Luxe picks are actually worth it and where to get the best deals before they disappear. Let's get into it. Whew, okay. This was hard. This was hard, friends. I review a lot of luxury beauty here on this channel, but I narrowed it down to my top 12 products that I think are truly worth it and unique and worthy of saving on this holiday season. And I'm gonna start off with a category that, at least for me, is the most important when it comes to splurging on luxury beauty, and that is complexion, specifically foundation. I find that as I get older, having a foundation that performs well becomes even more important. I really want something that looks skin-like, seamless, doesn't dry out on my skin, something that looks incredibly natural and also almost takes care of my skin while I'm wearing it. And hands down, guys, I've tested a lot of luxury foundations. My favorites all around are from Clé de Peau. And the Clé de Peau, the foundation, whew, I'm always a little bit nervous when I mention this foundation because it is nearly $300. It's very expensive, but man, every time I pop on this foundation to film, my comments are just flooded with compliments. This is hands down my most complimented foundation. I am wearing it on my skin today. It is like none other in my collection. It comes in a beautiful, gorgeous, extremely luxurious jar packaging. The cap almost looks like a jewel, like a gemstone. And even though this comes in the jar, a lot of people think this is gonna be like a full coverage, thick kind of foundation. It's actually the lightest coverage foundation in the Clé de Peau lineup. This is great if you want something that's just very lightweight on your skin, very natural on your skin. It's not gonna settle into fine lines. This is incredibly friendly to those of you out there like myself who have very dry and dehydrated skin. And I get a lot of comments from my subscribers out there who have mature skin who say this is their absolute holy grail. One of the reasons why this is the most expensive foundation in the Clé de Peau range, or let's face it, it's one of the most expensive foundations in the world, I'm pretty sure. It's because it is just packed with advanced skincare from Clé de Peau. They spend a lot of time formulating these products, both their skincare and their makeup, and it really does show. So when you're buying this, you're not only buying this because it looks amazing and performs really well as a foundation, but also because it is really good for your skin and has a lot of great ingredients that tackle the signs of aging. When I put this on my skin, it like almost becomes my skin. It's so lightweight and yet it does do a really beautiful job of blurring all of my hyperpigmentation. I feel like as I get older, less is more. So I love how lightweight this is, yet it still gives me like a decent amount of coverage. I just can't say enough good things about this foundation. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I've heard from so many of my subscribers who have this that they absolutely love it. Now, if you're not as much of like a light coverage type of person, if you have a little bit more that you want to cover up, or if you want something that is more travel friendly, because let's face it, this like big hefty jar, it's not really the best for travel. I also highly recommend the Clé de Peau Radiant Cream Foundation. This is actually going to be the most full coverage foundation in the Clé de Peau lineup, and it comes in a very convenient, very travel friendly squeezy tube. But this is not gonna be one of those full coverage foundations that's like super matte or gets cakey, very heavy on the skin. Absolutely not. I would say it's more of like a hydrated finish, more of like a natural type of finish. None of their foundations are drying on the skin. They're all incredibly dry skin and mature skin friendly. My mom and I actually both use this foundation very frequently. I'm 34, she's 64. We both use it and it looks amazing on both of us. You really don't need to use a lot because it is medium to full coverage. You can sheer this out and it gives the most gorgeous airbrush type of glow. It's called the Radiant Cream Foundation for a reason. It's super duper radiant, where the foundation gives you a little bit more of that like sheer, lightweight, natural, like my skin but better type of look. The Radiant Cream Foundation gives you that I'm airbrushed in a photo type of look. It's incredibly customizable, very, very moisturizing, and it just it just lasts throughout the day. Like by the end of the day, no matter what I'm doing, if I've been out in the cold, you know, traveling, walking around, sightseeing, anything, by the end of the day, it still looks perfect. I wear it in photos all the time. Ooh, can you tell I like these foundations? These are my top 2 luxury foundation picks that I highly recommend checking out this Black Friday season because they are so expensive, but they are so worth it. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I'm gonna help you get the very best deal on all the products that I'm talking about today. I've done the work for you, my friends. So if you are curious on where to shop for these on sale, I'm gonna be linking in the description box down below, on the shopping buttons on the screen, or if you're watching from your TV, you can scan this QR code here right now. And I'm gonna link to all of the retailers that have the highest discounts on these products. Sometimes they're flat out on sale, sometimes there is a tiered sale. Some of these brands have sales on their actual websites, but not all the time. So I've done all the work for you. I have found you the highest discounts. I am going to be updating these regularly as new sales go live or if other deals pop up. So definitely check out the description box for my full guide, scan the QR code, and I will also link the products as we go on the shopping buttons on the screen. Those are affiliate links, so when you shop through them, it does support my channel this holiday season. Huge thank you to all of you guys who shop through my links. It really does make a huge difference, so I can make more videos just like this. So thank you guys so much. Okay, next up, Hermes eyeshadow palettes. Now, I get a lot of questions about Hermes Beauty. I think a lot of people, they're just really curious about the brand in general. It's so expensive and it's Hermes, okay? It's Hermes, so we're all curious. Is it really worth it? And while I do like a lot of their products, there's really only a few that are my absolute favorites, and the eyeshadow palettes are one of those products. So much so that I have every single colorway that they have ever launched. I like these palettes for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that they actually have fun with color in a way that I think a lot of other luxury brands do not. Hermes, when you take a look at their leather colors, when you take a look at their beautiful silk scarves, they really nail the colors, and the eyeshadow palettes are really no exception. I love the blue colorway. Every time I wear that palette, I get so many compliments. That one really stands out to me. The green one is also really gorgeous. Even their neutrals are so stunning and sophisticated. Ombre Mordore, beautiful, sultry, sophisticated. Ombre Fumé, that's gotta be one of the most beautiful, cool-toned, smoky eye palettes that I have ever tried. I don't know, like the colors and the shades really do it for me. The other thing that I really like about these palettes is the formula. This is not the kind of formula where every single shade is going to be exactly the same, like a Tom Ford palette, for example. Every single color is a different formula. So you really are able to get different finishes within one palette, which I think makes the palette more versatile. There's always like one matte shade, one all over the lid, like one and done satin shade. There's a high shine metallic shade, and then there's usually one, at least one, like pop of color that you can use as a liner, or if you want to add just like a little bit of color to the look. So when I get this palette, even though it's only 4 shades, I feel like there's a lot that I can do with it. And I don't know, I feel excited and inspired to use them. They have a beautiful, colorful palette out this holiday season. It's called Ombres Optiques. If you're interested in that one, I already did a full review, which I can link down below. That is a very interesting palette, and quite honestly, one of my favorite makeup products that has launched this year. I don't know if it was the best-selling one out there in the makeup world, but it's one of my personal favorites. Highly recommend the Hermes eyeshadow palettes, and especially at this time of the year, it's just better to wait for now for a sale so you can get a little bit of a discount. One of my favorite luxury beauty brands that I really started to get into hardcore this year is Sisley Paris. This is another brand that I get so many questions about because kind of like Hermes Beauty, the products are so expensive. There's not a lot of reviews, like not a lot of people talk about this brand. I almost feel like it's the quiet luxury of luxury beauty. Comment down below and let me know if you agree. So many of their products are really good, guys, but one that really stands out to me are their orchid blushes. And I mean, Take a look at these guys. Visually, they are absolutely stunning. This is what I call luxury. I really enjoy just opening up this little compact and looking at that gorgeous orchid flower. The packaging is gold and shiny and beautiful, but not only that, the formula, I hate to say it, but they're really good and I do use them literally all the time. I have all 3 shades. The one that I use the most is number 1, which is like the most neutral of the 3. So if you don't have any of them, I would probably say go with that one. I also think that one is probably the best for the widest range of skin tones. It is a gorgeous demi-matte formula. They are called, I believe, like a highlighting blush. They're not like super glowy or glittery or anything like that. They just provide a slight subtle glow to the cheeks. I'm actually wearing number 1 on my cheeks today, so it gives a little bit of that neutral flush, but in a more illuminating way that just brings so much beauty and life to the cheeks. Something that I think is particularly unique and luxurious about these blushes that really just, as somebody who has literally tried like every luxury blush out there on the market, something that really blew me away is just the fact that the design of the orchid in the compact, 100% of that goes all the way down to the bottom of the pan. Even those little like subtle flecks of shimmer that you see on the flower petals right there, those are going to still be there until you finish the blush. And with a lot of other luxury beauty brands out there, all right, Dior, Chanel, there's a lot of you out there that I'm looking at. A lot of times you open up these beautiful makeup products and it's just like an overspray, you know, it's gone in 2 seconds, or it's an embossing and, you know, maybe you get like a couple of uses out of it before the embossing is gone. I feel like a lot of you guys can relate. I feel like I'm getting my money's worth here, okay? It's a really expensive product, but I feel like I'm getting my money's worth. I've had these blushes for a couple of months now, and they are some of my most used products in my luxury beauty collection, and that's why I'm recommending them today, and even better to get them on sale. And by the way, if you happen to be enjoying this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. And if you are new here, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. My name is Sophia, and I upload new videos just like this every single week, all about everyday luxury. Here on this channel, we love fancy things, we like nice stuff, but we don't have the budget to buy everything. So I try these products so that you don't have to, and I let you know what is the very best of the best in luxury beauty, mid-range handbags, fashion, and style. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button to join our fam. We seriously would love to have you. The La Prairie Loose Powder. I have been converted, my friends, because I legit hate loose powder. It never looks good on my face, literally ever. And then I started using high-end loose powders, like really expensive loose powders, and I've officially been converted, because when I tried this, I was like, this is the best loose powder that I have ever tried. The only loose powder that didn't like dry out my skin, cake up my makeup. I don't know what it is, guys, but my face just like rejects most loose powders. This is so good. If you want a little bit of like mattifying setting, but maybe you have dry skin, textured skin, mature skin, or you just want a good powder. Maybe you have oily skin and you just really need powder to mattify your face. This, my friends, is the best. This is where I am willing to splurge, because it's just so easy when it comes to powder to end up looking like really dry. And I feel like, you know, I hate to say this, I feel like it ages me and I just don't really enjoy the look. The packaging of this as well is like none other. It is this huge, you get a lot of product with this. It's expensive, but you get a lot of product. You get this huge jar. It's got like the best little sifter thing on the inside. You also get, which was a nice little surprise, I had no idea, a little travel size powder when you order this. So again, it's expensive, but you do get a lot for your money. Now, this is very fragrance, okay? I'm just gonna let you know it's very fragrance. I don't love a lot of fragrance in my makeup personally, but I do deal with it if the product is really good. If you are looking for something that literally performs exactly the same, but doesn't have any fragrance, then I would highly recommend the Sisley loose powder and also the Clé de Peau loose powder. powder. In general, I think all these powders are the best that I've ever tried. They all kind of look the same on the skin, but two of them are not fragrance, the La Prairie is, and then they all have kind of like slightly different shades to choose from. So just because things sell out, guys, and we all have different skin tones, I like to recommend all three. I'm cheating here a little bit. I'm recommending three instead of one. But some shades work better for others. Some of them are more pinky in tone, more translucent in tone. So I will link all of those in my guides so you can figure out which one works the best for you. But I do think that the La Prairie wins on the packaging front. I think they really nail it with that whole luxury experience. Whew, moving along, the Clé de Peau eyeshadow palettes. Now, where the Hermes palettes are a bit more on like the pigmented side, they give a little bit more shine and depth. The Clé de Peau eyeshadow palettes I love because they are just so soft and everyday. Clé de Peau is first and foremost a skincare brand, and everything that they do, even the makeup, is like skincare infused. And I hate to say it because it feels like such a gimmick, but it's one of those brands where I really see it and I really notice it in their makeup products. Their eyeshadows have the most amazing, like creamy, moisturizing type of formula and texture to them. I almost feel like I'm putting skincare on my eyelids. That's how like moisturizing the formula feels. They're decently pigmented, but they just give the smoothest look to the lid that doesn't emphasize any texture. If you're like me and you have very dry eyelids or eye area, if you have any crepey skin around your eyes, these are the best. The best. I think that these are the best eyeshadow palettes on the market for mature skin. I really do, because they're just so smoothing and they're very easy to use. They're very beginner friendly. They have so many nice, subtle, everyday color stories to choose from, but also some really beautiful pops of color. I particularly love the blue palette and then I believe it's called Seagrass, the kind of olivey green palette. If you've been into olivey greens like me this past year, that's a really good palette to pick up. And again, the formula is just so beautiful. Every single palette also comes with a primer shade, so you can not only use that as a color to create your eyeshadow look, but you can put that all over the lid to start, and it acts as a primer for the entire look, and it really helps with reducing creasing. So if you have issues with creasing, if you have hooded eyes, I've said it so many times, I really think that this formula is truly unique and unmatched in my collection. I've tried so many luxury eyeshadow palettes. I haven't found any where the formula is like this. And again, I think it's for somebody who wants something softer, smoother, not super intensely pigmented. And if you want that kind of like moisturizing quality that does not crease, okay? Because usually moisturizing or like creamy eyeshadows, they crease. So that's who I think that this is for. And I think they're totally, totally worth it. They're also refillable as well. I remember when I purchased my first Guerlain lipstick. In fact, I think it was just a little bit before I started this YouTube channel. I was getting into more high-end beauty and I'd heard so many wonderful things about the Guerlain lipsticks and lipstick cases. And I remember receiving that package and thinking, wow, this is luxury. I can't believe I've been missing out on these little luxury treasures my entire life. As somebody who just loves makeup and loves those like little luxury moments, these really embody that. If you're not familiar with the Guerlain lipsticks, you buy your lipstick, which they have some of the best formulas on the market. I particularly love the satin ones. They are so hydrating, so beautiful for every day. But then you also choose a Guerlain lipstick case. And these things, guys, they are heavy, they are weighty, they feel like a little mini paperweight. Man, do they feel luxurious. And when you open up the case, it kind of like pops open and you have a little mirror inside. So you can kind of pull out your lipstick and you have your little luxe moment, bougily applying your lipstick with your little lipstick case mirror. I always get questions about these from my friends and family whenever I whip them out. You can purchase some of the most beautiful designs in the lipstick cases, and warning, you will get addicted to collecting these. I'm just letting you know, because as soon as you get one, you are just going to be hooked. I've collected so many beautiful designs over the years. They always come out with new ones during the holidays. I think that these make a fantastic gift for the holidays. I've gifted these to so many women in my family, and it's the kind of thing that they just don't really know about, and they never would buy for themselves, but once they have it, they really, really cherish it and love to carry it around with them everywhere. And they always tell me that they think of me when they use their lipsticks. A lot of very high-end, very expensive lipsticks have launched within the past 2 years. You know, we have like Celine, we have Louis Vuitton. I really do still think that Guerlain have like the most luxurious setup. Like the cases, the packaging are the best, and the formulas are absolutely beautiful, classic, and stunning. So I just had to include these in my recommendations. All right, so I'm gonna bring it back to another powder. I know I've already talked about 3 powders in this video, but guys, this is the best of the best, okay? I can't leave out the Sisley Blur Expert Pressed Powder. This is for my friends out there who love a good pressed powder. It's a little less messy, let's face it. It's more travel friendly. And if you really just need like a little bit, you know, a little dusting here and there to kind of mattify, to set, to blur the skin, this is the best powder. I have tried so many. And I think what's really special about the one from Sisley is how incredibly lightweight it is. It is so finely milled. I think it's like a baked formula. It's kind of like that baked gelée. And usually with that type of formula, you get something that is like really finely milled, really lightweight, and gives that kind of airbrushed look to the skin. That's why this is called the Blur Expert. It really does blur the skin. If you have oily skin, then I do think that going with the loose powder is probably gonna be better for you. But if you have dry skin, or if you're really only using like a little bit of powder here and there, or you're using pressed powder to kind of like blend out your blush and your eyeshadow on a regular basis like I am, let me tell you guys, this is the best one. I'm obsessed with it. Mine looks absolutely disgusting in a good way because I use it all the time. This is something that I'm seriously going to pan in like a couple of months. I have both of the shades because I don't know, I just like options. That's the worst thing about this product, is that there's only 2 shades, and that is like a serious crime, Sisley. I'm coming for you. You better make more shades of this, or else I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I can recommend it to my subscribers anymore. If you're looking for a pressed powder, this one is super duper legit. It's gonna last you a long time. It's very expensive, but I cannot live without it. I cannot live without it. So get it while it's on sale. Okay, and the last Sisley product of this video, I promise guys, okay? Last one are the new Sisley eyeshadow quads. I hate to say it, but they're so good. I wasn't even gonna pick these up, but a lot of you were interested in these, and I went to Nordstrom. I said I was gonna buy 1 palette, and then I swatched it, and I bought both of them. This is another situation where it's like, Sisley, come on. 2 colorways? We're gonna need more. We're gonna need more. I need some colors. I need other shades because these are divine. These are actually pretty pigmented. I have the Tender Toffee on my eyes today. It is a gorgeous, classic kind of neutral color story. Really, really good for every day, but also for something a little bit more sultry as well. They are decently pigmented, kind of like the Hermes, and you can really build them up and really smoke them out if you want to, but they also have the creaminess of the Clé de Peau. I would say the Clé de Peau are still like the most moisturizing, the softest on the eyes, the smoothest on the eyes. What I like about the Sisley is that you kind of like get a little bit of that creaminess in the formula, but you also get pigmentation. Like there's a powderiness that makes them easy to blend, but a creaminess that just adds so much luxuriousness to the formula and makes it look so good on the eyes. The packaging is also really nice, which is good to see because they're little single shadows. I like the way that they look, but the packaging really leaves something to be desired. I don't really recommend those because I just feel like for the money, The packaging should be so much better. It's a much better value to get the quads, and the formula is different, and I do think that the formula in the quads is more unique. So just letting you guys know if you're kind of deciding between what to get. I really didn't think that I was going to like these. I thought they were going to be super overhyped. I thought the color stories were boring, which I guess the color stories are kind of boring, but they're classic, and I do reach for these a lot, and I really think that a lot of you out there are going to be like blown away by these palettes. The Tom Ford lip liners. This is another product where I was like, this can't be that good. This is gonna be so overhyped. There's no way I'm not spending $50 on a lip liner. Eee! They're good. They're so good. These are the best lip liners. I'm not willing to pay $50 for them. I'm not. I stand by what I said when I first reviewed these, but I will pick them up when they are on sale, and I have purchased several of these when they're on sale, and a lot of times if I see a discount, I will snap up a duplicate of my favorite shades so that I can keep them in my handbags, on my vanity, because they truly are unique to any other lip liner that I have tried, and the reason for that is because they go on incredibly smooth. It's like a gel formula. There's no drag. They're very creamy. You can blend them any way you want, but then they set down. They set down and they last all day. All day. Like if you put this on the back of your hand and you wait a minute or two, good luck rubbing that off. You need to use like, makeup remover or something like that. They're not hard to wash off the lips, but I think you guys know what I mean. Like they're not gonna budge. They're gonna keep your lipsticks from bleeding. They're really, really good. I wish that they had more shades. Like the shades that they have, they're really nice and classic, but for some of my more maybe unusual shades of lipstick, it would be nice to have a matching Tom Ford liner. My favorite shade is the one that I'm wearing on my lips today. It's called Irresistible, and it's a beautiful kind of toasty, nudie brown. This is definitely the one that I wear the most. I would say if you want just like a really basic pinky nude, the shade Reese is also very good. You really can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. This is the time where if you haven't tried this product, pick one up, see how you like it, get it on sale. And if you have tried this before, this can also be a good opportunity for you to maybe stock up or get a backup of a shade that you've been using up recently. But yeah, I hate to say it, I almost hate to include something so boring as like a lip liner in this video, but when I think of luxury beauty products that are truly unique, this is definitely one of them. And in that same vein, if you were wondering what is on my lips today, it is this lippy right here, one of the Hermes Silky Shine lipsticks. I don't even have to talk about this product. I just wear this product. I just wear it on camera. I post a photo on Instagram. Y'all are clicking. You love these. I can't even believe how popular these have been on my channel. I mean, I guess I can believe it because they're an amazing product, but they look amazing. They look amazing, and you all agree. We love the Hermes Silky Shine Lippies. These are definitely one of my favorite products from Hermes and one of my favorite luxury beauty lip products. You get the gorgeous Hermes packaging. You get the little like dust bag, the little thing that goes over it. You get the orange Hermes box, but the formula as well is top notch. This is the shade Brun Cellier. This one is my favorite. It's a gorgeous like fall brown, but they also have, like the pinks and the nudes and the reds. They have the most sophisticated shades, but the formula, there's something about this that is like especially luscious. So moisturizing and luxurious. They're decently pigmented, like for a balm, and they have that hydration that a balm gives, but there's kind of like a thickness and, like I said, a lusciousness to these that is just unlike anything else that I have in my collection. It's just 10 out of 10, like the full package, the packaging, the presentation, the shades, the formula. I just love these things. I really, really love them. I use them all the time. It's really just the price that is eye-wateringly high, so I would highly recommend getting these on sale when you can. Hermes does not have sales on their actual website. You're never going to see one rest assured. So I will link down below the sites where you can get Hermes Beauty on sale. And lastly, the Prada Light Glowing Highlighter. Wow.
Wow.
I cannot believe how beautiful and ethereal Prada made this highlighter. This came out earlier this year. I bought all 3 shades. I also included this in my best luxury highlighters video. There's so many good ones out there, so I'll link that video down below if you want some recommendations. But what I think makes the Prada highlighter really stand out amongst the other ones that I've tried from other luxury beauty brands is just how natural and skin-like this looks. Kind of like the Sisley eyeshadows, for example. This has a creamier feel. It's kind of like a cream to powder formula. So it's easy to buff onto the skin. It's very user-friendly, but because it has that creamy consistency, it almost melts into the skin. If you are afraid of emphasizing pores and texture or any like crepiness to the skin, or if you just want something that like looks more natural and smoother, and maybe you've been afraid of using highlighters for that reason, or you usually go with like a cream highlighter that doesn't have as much longevity, let me tell you, this is a good one to try. I'm not telling you that you need it because we don't need any of this stuff, but if you're looking for something like that, this is the one to get. And just like so many of these other products like Prada, we need more shades. There are 3 shades. The champagne and the pink look very, very similar. They're kind of like the same in tone, but one is more golden and the other one is more pink. My favorite shade, surprisingly, is the one that is called Deep. And that is the one that I have brushed onto my cheekbones and just kind of around here on my face today. I thought that this one was gonna be way too dark for my skin tone, but it actually isn't. It actually is my favorite one. I love to dust this on top of the Sisley blush like I have today, or maybe more of like a bronzer type of blush, because it adds some illumination to my skin, but it also has a little bit of like warmth and toastiness in a very natural way. You can also use these as eyeshadows if you're more of like a single eyeshadow person and you're interested in maybe some of these other eyeshadow palettes that I'm talking about in this video, but realistically you're like not going to create those types of looks, or you just want one shade, you could also use these on the eyes and it would look super beautiful, very natural, quick type of look. The packaging is very beautiful. These are also refillable, so you can buy refills, you can swap them out of one compact if you want. These are truly a beautiful innovation from this past year and one of the best highlighters that I have ever tried. Comment down below and let me know what little luxuries are on your wish list this holiday season. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe, or better yet, go watch another video. Up next, I'm reviewing the world's most expensive makeup. I'll see you there.